The Miami Marlins are willing to listen on almost everyone except for Eury Perez. That means Luis Arraez, Jesus Luzardo, Edward Cabrera, maybe Jazz Chisholm, maybe even Sandy Alcantara. In this video, we are going to focus on three that we've heard a lot of rumors about and seem to be maybe the most likely to get dealt, and that is those three right there: Arraez, Luzardo, and Cabrera in our fifth installment of Blockbusters. Make sure to comment down below. We have our comment goal. What's your trade? If your team is not involved in any of these that we're about to talk about, let me know why you should be the team for them and what's your package. And if you are a Cubs fan, Orioles fan, or Red Sox fan, let me know what you're willing to give up. Again, let's get into this thing. It was from the New York Post just a couple of days ago. The new GM there apparently is not interested in building a competitor. This is just a situation. If you start trading Luis Arraez, Jesus Luzardo, Edward Cabrera, you're telling the fan base, nah, not going to be in the cards for us anytime soon. So it is bad news for Miami Marlins fans, but this could be great news for some other teams. So let's start with Luis Arraez and the Chicago Cubs. How good would this look? You insert him to the top of that lineup. You don't want to pay Cody Bellinger. You don't want to take that risk. Okay, let's work out a deal for Luis Arraez. He can be your first baseman in 2024. Now we're going to build a trade. We are going to use baseball trade values to attempt to guide us. I will tell you there is one instance where I disagree completely with some values. It's not going to be this one though. We have a $30 million value for Luis Arraez, which is fair. So let's build the trade here. The Cubs are going to get Luis Arraez. That's it. We're not sending any money. We're not sending Avisail Garcia's contract. We're not doing anything. It is Luis Arraez to the Chicago Cubs, and the Miami Marlins are going to get Jordan Wicks. Look, after bringing in the starting pitcher, Imanaga, I think you can, and with the pitchers that you have coming soon, I think you can part with Wicks. And number 7 prospect in the organization, shortstop Matt Shaw, go to the Miami Marlins. You get a lot of control. You get another prospect. You get a starting pitcher. I like where we're headed here with this package. Now, how does it look when we run it through baseball trade values? We have a $33 million value headed to Miami and a $30.2 million value headed to the Cubs. So what do we got? We have a fair trade. Cubs fans, Miami fans, comment down below. Are you okay with this? Cubs fans, are you saying, hell no, Jordan Wicks goes nowhere? Or are you okay with this? Let's move on to the Boston Red Sox next, and that is where we will find a Edward Cabrera trade. This team needs to add another starting pitcher. I argue maybe they should go for Luzardo, but I don't think they're willing to pay the price for Luzardo. Edward Cabrera could be attainable for less in terms of prospect capital. So we add him into the rotation. It looks good. We move Tanner Houck out. We add him to the bullpen. Let's say there's a Kenley Jansen trade. Maybe Tanner Houck is our closer moving forward. We have a very attainable $19.6 million value for Edward Cabrera. So let's build the trade. We're sending Cabrera to the Red Sox. Again, no bad contracts, no Garcia contracts, no money, no nothing else. It is going to be Cabrera to the Red Sox, improving that rotation. And Miami, we're going to actually send we're going to send one extra prospect here. We're going to go 3 players. We're going to go Nick York. There is the main piece that heads back to Miami. Prospect, second baseman, number 6 in the Red Sox organization. Then we're going to send 2 pitchers a little bit farther back in the in Boston's farm system, Bastardo and Walter. Bastardo is maybe another year or 2 away. Walter is ready right now, so you get a piece that helps your bullpen, or if you want to add him to the rotation, I think bullpen, you send Walter there, and then Bastardo comes up in a year or 2. How does this look when we run it through baseball trade values? We've got a 19.9 value headed to Miami and a 19.6 to Boston, so we have ourselves a fair trade. Boston fans, are you doing this? Are you sending York, Bastardo, and Walter Are you sending them to Miami for Cabrera, or do you want no part of it? It's Jesus Luzardo or bust. Comment down below. Let us know what you think. And we have one more, and it is Jesus Luzardo to the Baltimore Orioles. It is clear this team needs to add a top of the rotation arm. They're not going to do it via free agency. That's not the situation this team is in. That owner is not going to spend the money for Blake Snell. He's not going to spend the money for Jordan Montgomery. So we're going to have to find a trade. So let's do it here. And I argue we can do this trade without having to include any of the top premier prospects. How are we doing it? Well, first, let's take a look and see how the rotation would look. Luzardo at the top with Bradish and Rodriguez. That's a 1-2-3. That might be able to get it done. I really like how that looks. And then John Means and Dean Kramer. This rotation, just adding Jesus Luzardo makes this rotation, I'm going to say it, dangerous. I like it. Let's get it done. But we have a high value that we have to try to get to, 65.4. And you're wondering why it's so much higher than Cabrera. Why is it so high? We have 3 years of control for Jesus Luzardo. And again, Jesus Luzardo is looking like a top of the rotation arm. So you add those two factors together. He's cheap, he's controllable, and he's good. And we have a $65.4 million value. So let's build the trade. Let's see what we got here. Now, again, nothing extra going. And this is one area where it would be good to add something extra to try to bring that value down. Something like Avisail Garcia's contract, but they're not taking on. John Angelos is not taking on Avisail Garcia's contract. So we're going to have to build a package to get to that 65.4 for Luzardo on his own. How are we doing it? We are going to send, strap in, Orioles fans, Cedric Mullins, who has 2 more years of control, DL Hall, who has just not clicked yet. And DL Hall, Marlins might value him greater because we don't even have DL Hall as a starter for the Baltimore Orioles. We have him in the bullpen. DL Hall could start for Miami, so the value may be greater. And Chase McDermott, sorry, a right-handed pitching prospect, number 10 in the organization. Let's run it through baseball trade values. And again, remember I said there's going to be one where I have an issue, and this is it. We look at the values here. We've got Luzardo at 65.4. Mullins is at 26. Only 26? DL Hall's at 17.7. I'm good with that. I agree with that. And Chase McDermott is at 2, the number 10 prospect in the organization, coming off the year he had last year in the minors. $2 million value? Come on. So with this, we are sitting at 65 to 45. That's not going to get it done. But again, I don't agree with baseball trade values all the time, and this is an instance where I disagree. I believe we need to add $5 million to Cedric Mullins. We had Luis Arraez at $30 million, right? Luis Arraez plays first base, second base. Cedric Mullins is a very good defender. We know what he can do on offense. Did he do that last year? No, but we know what he can do. We know the kind of defense that he plays. We know the speed that he brings. Cedric Mullins at 26 is just a miss by baseball trade values. Give me 30, 31. And then Chase McDermott. Again, 2. Come on. The guy is getting close. He's almost ready. He has a good year. He's a number 10 prospect. He's rising up. We got to get him to 12. So if we add $15 million in value, 5 for Mullins, 10 for McDermott, all of a sudden we get to a $60.8 million value. That gets us 60 to 65. That will bring us a fair trade if we appropriately value Mullins and McDermott. Orioles fans, where are you at with this? Are you doing this trade? I know a lot of Orioles fans have no inclination in trading Cedric Mullins, but look, you have so much outfield depth coming up through the system. You need starting pitching. You need, listen, maybe you like this or not right now, Orioles fans, what I'm about to say. You need starting pitching of Jesus Luzardo's caliber more, way more than you need Cedric Mullins. You want to compete? You want to make a World Series run? This is one of the steps. This is one of the things you have to do to make that happen. Orioles fans, comment below. If this isn't your trade, what is your trade? Are you okay with the prospects? Would you rather swap in another player? Let me know. Maybe you want to try to slide Mountcastle or Hayes in there, but their value is not great. You're going to have to add another prospect if you did that. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Those watching the premiere. Make sure to hit that like if you have not yet. We have our 100 premiere like goal. That will help us get to our overall like goal, those watching the replay. What's your feeling? If you want these players and I don't have you here, comment down below. What's your trade? What do you think gets it done? And if you are one of these three teams, Cubs, Orioles, or Red Sox fans, what do you think? Are you okay with the deals? Comment below if you have not yet. That is going to do it for this one, everybody. Ballcap Nation, I salute you. Thank you for coming in and supporting the video. Make sure to subscribe if you have not yet. Hit that like on the way out and comment down below. Help us get to all of our goals. Again, thank you for coming in. Ballcap Nation, I salute you. As always, if it's low, let it go. And if it's high, let it fly.